My parents were, we always had food on the table, but there was some struggle, and the struggle was either through illness. So my mom was really sick for a lot of years, and she ended up passing away when I was 16. And in that time, I was getting into trouble too, right? So I was kicked out of high school in my sophomore year for hacking computer systems, which basically what it was they would turn off the security on all these Macs, and I would unplug the Ethernet cable or whatever it was at the time, and then they couldn't turn the security back on. So then I'd go in and disable the security, and so when I plugged it back in, my computer was kind of immune from having its security turned back on, and
Wow, you are a
and
violent criminal. Whoa.
just terrible. And so then they kicked me out of that class, and as kind of me being upset about it, I ended up making a website that doxed these teachers, and so it said where they lived and all these things. And this is before there was words to describe like what these things were, right? I definitely like regret and apologize that, but what then they did is they said, well, Caylan, your parents have to come in tomorrow morning. I mean, they had the police involved and all this stuff, and I refused to admit that it was my doing. These poor teachers. I mean, it's embarrassing. But what ended up happening was really interesting, and this like sets the stage for a lot of like how I escaped that school district. So parents come in the next morning. My mom, of course, is like full blown chemotherapy. Like at that point, probably had less than a year to live. They're not up for a fight. They're just like, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, I kind of did this. Um, Meanwhile, being kind of a belligerent teen, like I didn't do anything wrong, you know. And so we go in there, and the principal slides a piece of paper across the table and says, "Here's a list of schools. Pick a different one, and we will grant you a voluntary transfer, and this won't be an expulsion." And I was like, "Oh, that's easy. Well, my girlfriend goes to this school, so I would like to go to that one, please."
God,
And
yeah.
they were like, "Done." And they're like, "You can leave, and we'll send you, the info in the mail or something."